1v1. Green Tooth Gorge, blue side. The Golden Chicken is a force commander of regular offense, fights in melee combat, and has a tank, disrupt, and support with buffs. Some Salamanders elite scheme. Up against, on the red side, it's Mahror as a Warlock, a melee commander that can leap into combat with some powerful spells, giving him strong offense, disruption, and support. Double Dire Avengers expect some Banshees, and I guess we can expect another scout squad from the Golden Chicken, both with shotguns, I would think, against Eldar with a Warlock. You can never know if the players in a 1v1 are aware of their other players' pick. Maybe they've played each other several times already. Never tell. There are the Howling Banshees, Shuriken to follow them up, I would think. And there's a second scout squad. Now those scouts are going to run into these Dire Avengers, which will make them run back. At least, maybe even full retreat. Could just run back and grab this power, maybe. Howling Banshees are coming this side too. So maybe they can move up and poke them with their bolters a little bit while they cap. If these Dire Avengers then go middle. Tactical Marines capping that contested VP with a 50% faster capping rate. Let's have a look at these Salamander fellas. Looking pretty good with the elite scheme. Force commanders staying by them. Often you'll see the Tactical Marines stay with their hero. Makes them so much more effective early on. Here's that Warlock. Getting shot up. There's a Destructor. Doing a fair bit of damage to these scouts. Almost half of the hit points gone. Doing his strange psychic ranged attack thing. And takes a model. Look at that. That guy wasn't in cover. Looks like the scouts did run away. Completely full retreat from these Dire Avengers. But here come Tactical Marines and they can force melee combat. But Banshees are lying in wait. Need to be very careful here. Has he realised he might have forced melee combat and then moved away, looked at something else? He does see. And there's the Force Commander getting knocked over by the domino effect of those Tactical Marines getting knocked over. There's that battle cry though. Such a great tool to use on Howling Banshees early on. Allows you to split off your scouts because you have that battle cry on demand knockback. I think it's a 60-second cooldown now on that thing. Tactical Marines, did they drop a model? No. Got pretty low though. 2 generators up already. Perhaps suggesting some Assault Marine action. We do have 2 gens up for Mahror as well. Does it go devs or does it go ASM? Right now I think devs are doing pretty good. ASM against potential Witchblade of Kurnus and Howling Banshees, maybe not so great. Scouts doing some work over here with their shotguns, knocking back, suppressing and dealing some damage at close range. They did drop a model, but that was all. And here come those Howling Banshees. They get in their aspect of strength. It'll give them a fancy Executioner Spear in tier 2 with their Exarch. Gives them some more health and stuff in tier 1. It's going pretty hard on his power right now. Double shotgun scouts are up. We do have a sergeant on these guys. Also, there's the grenade. Nicely thrown. Does not get that Banshee down. There's a shotgun blast. He does have another one to chain on them. Looks like he's sending the Force Commander after the Dire Avengers. Pretty nicely done in that engager from the Golden Chicken. Got his target priorities right. Used his abilities as he needed to. And dealt with the Banshees and the Dire Avengers quite nicely. Now he needs to deal though with this Warlock with his super spinny special attack. Knocking the Tactical Marines flying. Now focus on this one model. He doesn't do a huge amount of damage with his default weapon as another special attack. Destructor now. And he is persuaded to leave. Held him up decently well. But the 2-to-1 continues for the Golden Chicken. Shuriken Cannon is on the way for Mahror. No war gear for the Force Commander. Double shotguns and double scout sergeants for these scout squads now. Need some cover, Mr. Tactical Marines. There's some light cover right here. There we go. Gonna eat a grenade. There it is. And easily dodged, I think. He just retreated there to make sure he didn't get one model caught and lose them. There it is. Banshees again. Fully reinforced. Guardian weapon team behind him, which he spots and promptly runs away. Does that make him get Assault Marines up? Does have those double shotgun scouts to move in and support with the blasts. And of course his own battle cry to move in afterwards, but that initial jump might be dicey. Warlock and Howling Banshees there lying in wait. Merciless Witchblade could make an appearance if we see Assault Marines. Still no war gear for this guy. Thunderhammer, I guess. He's used his small army pretty well so far. Looks like he's moving his scouts in pairs to get that double chain shotgun blast. He's going to flank the Eldar here, but this might be dangerous for these scouts because Banshees are right there. Shuriken Cannon is going to try and turn around. There we go. Grenades could go flying here. There's one grenade. Takes out the Shuriken. Nicely done, but will lose these scouts, I think. Yes. So both players trading units. There was a fully upgraded scouts, I think. Did they have their elite trading thing? Maybe they weren't fully upgraded. But got the Shuriken. It wasn't worth it though, I don't think. Nice battle cry. Might finish off these Banshees if they're not careful. Look at this. One more. I don't think he's going to get the last hit though because he's still in battle cry mode. That's going to be a special which will miss. Can he get a bolt pistol shot on this Banshee? No. Banshees gets away. That was a big moment there. Now he's fighting the Warlock. Shuriken supports, so needs to run away. Warlock now has... Oh, put Distort Field on himself. I thought that was a Champion's Robe for a second, but that's one of his global abilities, giving range damage reduction. Quite a lot of it too, if I remember correctly. Triple gens here now for Mahror. Don't see that very often. Got no generators over here, GoldenChicken. Assault Marines are on the way. He needs something to get on that Guardian Weapon team. Saw how quickly his scouts died there. They have got their elite training, or they can infiltrate, and they can do this. Taken out one of them. No, did not take out a model there. There it goes. So he promptly replaced his Shuriken, which I think was the right move. And now, I'm guessing Tier 2 Falcon or Tier 2 Wraith Lord doesn't want Wraith Guard, especially once he spots this assault squad. Trying to retake the power, but Banshee's kind of scared him off a bit. You have anything yet, Mr. Force Commander? No, he's level 2 though. He's killed some stuff. Warlock's still level 1. And now it's 2-1 for Mahror, who goes Tier 2 first. And there's that Banshee Whale. War Shout. Killing some stuff there. Leveling up though our Tactical Marines. And Assault Marines are in play now. Just tanking that grenade. Didn't even knock him down. Guess they were still in their knockback immunity, having just jumped. They do have a few seconds of it when they land, most of the time, depending on how long the jump was. Warlock capping GoldenChicken's natural. Force Commander's getting it contested back. He needs to try and move up quickly here to the power. Looks like Assault Marines are going to have a look at it, but I might go for the VP instead. Yeah, no tactical flamers, so you can't really jump on it and take it down. Still trying to work on taking this thing down, which has been repurchased by Mahror, and there's Tier 2 for GoldenChicken. But is he going to have a vehicle to deal with before he gets there? Warlock's going to come and smack on this power node. He's not going to do a whole lot though, is he? Look at him. He's having a go. Trying to take down that node. It's taking a while. There's a jump. Banshee's lying in wait, but they backed off there. Bit of a delayed reaction to the jump, trying to avoid getting knocked down by it, but they were already there. Are you fully upgraded, Dire Avengers? Yeah, they have their Exarch, who gives them that range damage reduction aura thing. Another grenade. They've been a pain in the ass for Mahror, and forces off the Shuriken. Nicely done, but Banshee's getting right on those Tactical Marines, taking out 2 models. Pretty sharpish there. That's the thing, if you use a grenade, you can't use a shotgun blast unless you've got highly leveled up scouts. Still being chased. Dire Avengers pushing the west side. A good approach by Mahror from 2 sides, but here come the power of the Assault Marines again. Banshees now have their Exarch though. Are they going to turn to engage? I don't want to do that. Yeah, run away. Scouts backing them up. That was very, very dicey. Going to get the node down, I think. Split his army well there, Mahror, and achieved a node down and 2 Tactical Marines killed. Shotgun blast when he was in mid-air. Grenade does nothing, and he's off the field here. Not completely. Some Dire Avengers capping this side. Going to get a quick 2-1, I think. You do decap faster than you cap though, so maybe not. Very, very brief 2-1. And now it's going to go 2-1 for GoldenChicken. And he's got a Razorback on the way. Mahror is going tier 3. Very ballsy move. No tier 2 units whatsoever. Obviously thinks he has an advantage here. But now he has a Razorback to deal with and has no AV unless he sacrifices this Shuriken Cannon for a Bright Lance. With that twin-linked heavy bolter on top, there's a fair amount of damage to infantry. Doesn't suppress like your other heavy bolters though. That would be mental. Here comes some Dire Avengers. Grenades now do a decent amount of damage to vehicles, so it might help him get it down if you can double grenade after a Shuriken Bright Lance does its work. And here is that Bright Lance. Big DPS to vehicles. Not always very easy to spot either if it's coming from off the screen. Not sure what these guys are trying to do. There's Embolden. Trying to keep it in place for the Bright Lance maybe. There we go. Nicely done. Look at the damage already. That was 2 bursts of fire on rear armor. Almost took it down. 452 to 186. And those shots happen pretty quickly on a Bright Lance. It's kind of sustained DPS. Here's some Stone Guard veterans. A lot of people get confused by this colour scheme. This was actually found by one of the modders in an old Codex Astartes book, I believe. As a Stone Guard scheme for Salamanders or something. Looks pretty cool, I think. Knocks back those Banshees. Not the best merciless strike ever though. War Shout goes off and they are getting chopped up. That is what War Shout can do for you in melee combat. Might not think it's too worthwhile to suppress things in melee, but it can cause that to happen. They take so many hits as they're trying to move around to get into combat that you win the engagement pretty easily. Hellfire rounds disintegrating those Dire Avengers. Holy crap. Mahror is in tier 3 though with a lot of resources. Should get an avatar relatively soon, which we might see here. It's not like GoldenChicken can pull out some Assault Terminators with Lightning Claws to deal with it. Big hits on that Razorback. It does have reinforced armor plating, giving it 200 more health, which is not bad at all. Avatar of Cain is on the way for Mahror. And he's going to need it, it looks like. Stone Guard now a really big danger, especially combined with those shotgun blast. Quarter of the way done. Bright Lance is going to get dealt with. Boom. So nice grenade. Didn't take a model there. Right in the middle of them. There's your Assault Marines with their Sergeant. Gets a power sword. And also that awesome Merciless Strike, which can win fights by itself, especially if you can hit multiple squads with it. It really does decent damage and knockback. There's Distort Field on those Dire Avengers. Are they going to try and finish this cap here? They are. That's crazy. Should have just got the decap and got out there, I think. He kind of wasted that global there. Tier 3 for the GoldenChicken. And he does have a fair amount of red to get Terminators or drop a nuke. Avatar of Cain took a while to get out, didn't it? How long does it take? It doesn't tell me that. Banshees take down a node and level up to 2. Force Commander still has no war gear whatsoever. Pretty rare to see a hero in tier 3 with no war gear. Warlock also with no war gear. Stone Guard veterans switching back to their Kraken rounds. Now going to Hellfire. They need to use Vengeance rounds on the super heavy infantry of the Avatar. Super unit for Eldar gives you some awesome passive buffs just by hanging around near it. And he's pretty tasty in combat himself. Certainly none of these guys want to mess with him. He's pushing them all back to base, letting Mahror cap. But Force Commanders on this VP2. He's going all the way into base to Wailing Doom, I think. There it is. Needs some VPs though, Mahror. 446 to 67. Very, very low. Was that worth it? I guess it kept all that stuff off the field for a little while there. Banshee's on capping duty now. Gonna swap naturals, looks like. Force Commander is still not getting anything. Oh, something just died. Oh no, it wasn't. Vanguard Veterans being called in is what that was. Just saw the little unit icon disappearing. Smack. He's holding up an entire army, that's for sure. This avatar. Banshee still on capping duty here. Not a whole lot that he's achieving. He now has some power melee Vanguard Veterans, which will do a lot of damage to the avatar, but do they want to stand and fight him? That's the thing. He's not using the Wrath of Cain, whatever it's called. Cain's Wrath. That's it. Taking a lot of damage now, this avatar. Taking a hell of a lot of damage. Is he going to get out of there? No help. Where are the Banshees? Here they come. Can try and wash out these Vanguard Veterans and slow them down. Doesn't want to use Cain's Wrath because it does keep the avatar in place for a long time. The animation is pretty long on that thing. It's being chased down here. Grenade on a DoW Avengers. He's not paying attention, and that was a very nice grenade. 386, 55, triple cap now though for Mahror, and he does have a fire prism. Got a lot of VPs to make up, but he does have a strong army if the avatar can heal itself up at base. Where did the Banshees go exactly? Oh, they're just smashing on this thing. And now standing idle. Fire Prism's going to be able to easily deal with the Razorback, but here's some Assault Terminators with Thunder Hammers and Storm Shields. Heavy melee damage, and they're going to mash up this Fire Prism pretty badly. On rear armor too, and Vanguard Veterans are there. Vengeance Shroud Stone Guard trying to chase it as well. Is he going to get out of this? Banshees are still idle. Nice shot. Assault Terminators are not the quickest things, and they've used their teleport already. This Fire Prism might live here. Vanguard Veterans jumping after it. They can't get a Melter Bomb once they're Vanguard Veterans, but they might not need one. Rear armor hits galore, and down it goes. Big, big win. And these Banshees are still idle. They took down the Force Commander though. Now they're attacking the node again. Avatar's almost healed up. In fact, he's coming back out of base right now. Are we going to see him switch to claws to really destroy the avatar quickly? But Vanguard Veterans with the Thunder Hammers and Stone Guard will do a lot of damage to the avatar, and he just whacked out those Dire Vendors in no time at all. Not looking good for Mahror. Banshees are still idle over here. They keep destroying that node and going idle. Terminators with that inspiration on kill. You get so much of that as Space Marines late game, with Librarian doing it, Dreadnoughts doing it, Terminators doing it. Battlecry Force Commander, of course. 308, 55. There's a Wailing Doom. Where are those Vanguard Veterans? They are at base, reinforcing. Stone Guard took a lot of damage there. It's not a good fight for you, Mr. Avatar. They don't have claws, but they can still mash you up pretty good. Double cap now for Red Team. Red Team? Mahror. He's a team unto himself. Seer Council on the way. They're going to do a lot of damage to those Assault Terminators. These ladies did get that cap, but they're still idle over here. Spend a lot of time in that bottom left corner with that power. There's the Seer Council. More passive buffs for you. So a Banshee hanging around the Avatar and the Seer Council, getting some big buffs. Is that a D-Cannon on the way? It is a D-Cannon. Strange choice, I think, considering there's Vanguard Veterans and Assault Terminators to teleport on your things. Banshees don't want to fight these guys alone. Ouch. They live though, level 2. Vanguard Veterans jumping after and trying to finish him off, but they can't do so. Now Seer Council with the Warlock ripping through these scouts, and they take them out. So Council begin with 2,500 hit points. They get pretty close to 4,000 if you can level them up to level 4. I think it's 3,800. Force Commander's still down. Vanguard Veterans capping with their faster capping trait. And a single cap for Golden Chicken. Mahror is not giving up here. He's got some Warp Spiders now. They are getting their aspect. Thought maybe we'll see some Dark Creepers, but I guess not. He wants that teleport to get around. Getting their X-Arc now as well. Stone Guard Veterans retaking the power. But looks like a vital fight coming up. Vanguard Veterans and Terminators versus Banshees, Seer Council, Avatar. That's a good fight for the Eldar, especially with no Force Commander around. Bang. Going everything on the Assault Terminators, and they were losing health so quickly there. Look at that damage. Have to teleport out. And the Razorback is done for, I think. Was doing a really good job as well for Golden Chicken. Going to be taken down on rear armor pretty easily. Smack. Avatar gets the last hit. 268 12. 2-1 cap for Golden Chicken. It won't matter if Mahror can't get VPs. He's decapping mid now with a Bright Lance. And he's backing off away from these Vanguard Veterans to turn around and fight him. Oh no. It's because of this. You have Lightning Claws on the Terminators, and now they are twice as scary to this army. They will rip through all of that with support. He's keeping busy, using his Warp Spider's teleport to go after this VP, so they were a good choice, I think. 256 to 9. Forcing Golden Chicken to split his army and stop the Warp Spider's capping. Boom. Terminators are staying in play here. Ripping through the Banshees pretty well. Banshees are going to actually go down here. Did not retreat them. Retreated the Seer Council instead. I think that was a misclick. Still a triple cap for Mahror, and he's getting a Fire Prism. Terminators do not drop a model though. But he's down to just Vanguard Veterans, Stone Guard Veterans, and those Terminators, and the Force Commanders. A very small elite army, this guy. Level 3, no war gear. And here comes that Fire Prism, the second one. Avatar's mid. Seer Council, did you level up, fellas? Nope. Losing those Banshees, unfortunately. Looks like he just retreated the wrong thing there, which happens. Fire Prism's going to make it tough to get any caps. It's going to be the Terminator is the only thing that will have the knockback immunity. Although this guy could use Battle Cry and I think tank those shots. Trying to go for both naturals, and he's being allowed to. Here comes the Avatar to have a word. Too late though to stop the decap, I think. Yeah, there's the decap. Wailing Doom. Gone for the Power Fist here. Might get the teleporter to go after that Fire Prism. Got so much power to Golden Chicken. Right, Lance needs to one right, fella. Maybe helped by the Fire Prism there. Looks like it's going to live. Now these Vanguard Veterans are in trouble. Going to have Seer Council and Avatar on retreat path. Needed to jump away. Didn't panic. He used his jump and got out of there. Uh-oh. Teleporting Force Commander is going after the Fire Prism. Fire Prism's not having a good day here. Some pathing issues. Orbital Bombardment. And down goes the Force Commander. He has got the Seer Council and the Warp Spiders though. 113 to 9. Boom. Almost whacked out those Warp Spiders. These guys are only level 1. Trying to run those guys out of there, but Lightning Claw Terminators in retreat path is not a good way to run away. Now going after this Fire Prism. A little bit slow to move it away there, Mahror. So much stuff going on, of course. Meanwhile, Warlock's going over to this VP. Fire Prism does go down. Crazy stuff at the end here. Avatar's been pretty damn strong. Can't dislodge it quite. Vanguard Veterans level 2. Vanguard Veterans are level 4. 2205 hit points. Vanguard Veteran's going to come and sort out this Warlock. He's got no war gear whatsoever. Level 5 though. Bolt pistols and plasma pistol there. Not sure if I realised that distinction before. Who is it that has the plasma pistol? It's the claw guy. Avatar dropping in. Sorry, Autark dropping in, and Avatar dropping in would be pretty nuts. But she has to run away now. 719. Warlock did go down there. Meanwhile, Force Commander taking mid. And Seer Council are happy to fight these Assault Terminators with support, I think. Are they? Yes, they are. And Avatar's not even going to help. GG, says Mahror. It's a double cap for Golden Chicken. He is going to take this game. I was not even paying attention to the VPs at the end there. Awesome stuff. Very, very close. Mahror hanging on for a while. But there's Assault Terminators doing what they do best. Killing everything ever. Look what they did to those Seer Council in a few hits. Level 4 Force Commander with that fist and that teleporter used it to great effect right at the end there. Warlock went down, I think, with no war gear whatsoever. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.